Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing this June the 16th, 2025 daily cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and gold and silver bullion update. And as you know, we're the #1 cryptocurrency and investment service here for the retail trader and investing, as we strive and we preach and educate and inform and execute a simple strategy to become asset millionaires over steady investments and allowing them to grow and mature and compound on themselves over a steady and long period of time to achieve asset millionaire via real estate, stocks, gold and silver bullion, cryptocurrencies, 401k investing, and a few other, and cash. You got to have some cash in order to add to investments as need be. But that's what we do around here. And if you want to become members of Jabroni Killers to help support the channel, video description and or pinned comment, keep these daily free videos coming. Or you can simply, for free, hit that subscribe button, bell notification, or whatever platform you're watching us on, far and wide across the sphere. Just hit that like and share and comment down below. And follow, join, or subscribe, depending on what platform you're on, right? And there's been a lot of movement in the coins today. It's been something that we've been following and thinking that there could be some kind of consolidation. And if we take a look at some of the altcoins, and that's what this video is going to be, we'll start off looking at, we'll go to the Velo. And if we go back and look at the Velo, we know that we were in this rising channel, which is a bullish continuation pattern, but it's a bearish reversal pattern at the top, right? And you can see what we did here, multi-year, ever since 2022, about the fall. Resistance, 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 uptrending, support, 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 uptrending. And this got brought to our attention right up in here, and we told you this would likely come down to lower support. And if it broke down out of it, which it's attempting to do now, ever since about March 1st, your technical target is down here where the wedge started, which would be the bottom of the wedge. And you can see, if we zoom in here a little bit, the way to get bullish was to try to come back up and tag that at the 0.021 and ride it. It hasn't been able to do it. It continues to get rejected. And this overhead moving averages that are just evenly consolidating down and sideways, evenly separated from north to south in price, but continue to force the price down in Velo. And you can see where we were when this got brought to our attention. And this is part of what we do here with the probability based. I was asked about this, and I said there would be better buying opportunities. I don't really know anything about this. I was just looking at the technicals. And we put down, back when we were here in January and going into late January, that on a reversal, we could be coming down 62.69%, which it did, followed by a bounce and a continuation to the downside, right? And that's where you're at now. If you're trying to get bullish in the short term, you got to get up here. You got to first get over these moving averages that are stacked over top, that are holding it as major resistance right there in the daily time frame. Got to get on top of those to get bullish. If not, eventually you could unfortunately get forced all the way down here to where the pattern started. But that's something we're going to continue to watch. IOTA, you can see what's been going on with IOTA. It had that humongous pump along with everything else. Then it had, along like everything else, to varying degrees, it had a mid-ground consolidation pump after the big dump that it had. And you can see, let's pull this over here. That's going to be the red. You can see it had the pump along with everything else, from swing low in November to swing high at about 62 cents. Then it started to come down. And again, this got brought to my attention because people were looking for direction, because along this pump from 30 cents to 60, any YouTube station would tell you to buy because it was going to $1.20 within the matter of a month, right? We said never. And that's part of our probability strategy. Simple long-term investments over a long period of time, as you avoid emotional turmoil like this, where you own nothing and then watched it go up and now want to own it. You don't do that. I said there'd be better buying opportunities. And rule number one at Old Vincenzo's Go Crypto Investing is you never buy a pump. During the pump, when it's 6x, 5x, 3x over a very short period of time like this, from essentially November 4th through December 3rd, so about 30 days, it multiplied itself fivefold. I would never, tenfold almost. I would never recommend buying that, and I don't. Said there'd be better buying opportunities, and you can see just a month and a half later, better buying opportunity, a whole slew of better buying opportunities, and at current price, very close to where the pump started versus 6x higher, right? So it came down, hit our lower support. We've been trading within this support and resistance red box at 16 cents at the bottom end, 37 cents at the top end. Right now, we're trying to stay in that box. If you don't stay in that box, you will eventually trade back down to this 9-cent level, right? If you hold the support where you're at now and try to trade back up, you got to get above these moving averages and then get on top of this 25 cents. And that could try to hold a base to pump you up to that 37 cents in the short term, right? IOTA. What else is there? We'll go look at LCX is another one that's come down now almost back to the 0.09. Something that we've been talking about ever since it's been in this downtrend. After it had its brief trying to retaliatory pump back up after the big rejections to the downside. You can see this is another one, and this is a classic example of the value of why you should become subscribers for free to the channel or members of Jabroni Killers. Video description and or pinned comment. Best value and cheapest out there on YouTube. Because back when this, another one that came to my attention, after this magnificent pump, we said better buying opportunities, and we laid these lower targets of 22 cents, of 16 cents, and 9 cents was our ultimate target. And we said there would be better buying opportunities, and it broke down, and you're just above this 9 cents now, right? And you're going to touch this, and that could be 100% full lateral move. But there could be a retaliatory pump back up into the 14 cents from the 9 cents, which would be about a 50% move, right? So that's something that we're going to watch out for. But this is another reason with the first mover advantage. What we do here, if you're trying to get bullish, obviously you got to breach these moving averages, and you have to get on top of this 14.5 cents and hold that. That's how you get short-term bullish. The way you stay short-term bearish is continuing to do what we've been doing, getting rejected by the overhead descending moving averages up there. You can see the 200, the 100, and the 50 in red, blue, and green from bottom to top respectively. And that's how you continue to get rejected and continue to do the status quo. Coreum, another one that's been beaten down. It had a nice mid-ground rally like we thought it would there in green. It didn't quite get up to the 20 cents, but it got up to about the 16.5 to 17 cents. So it did pretty much do what we thought it would. You can see we got the 50-day and the daily right there. We got the, get out of there. We got the 100-day and the daily sitting right there. There is not enough time left for the 200-day moving average, right? But you can see the price is still below those two moving averages, and as long as they're below those two moving averages, it'll force the price back down to 10 cents, and that's a critical double bottom from back there in March and April, because you do know if it breaks that, we do have an underneath target of 0.0637, which would be, if you're in this coin, which the Brony Killer members were when the price was up here and we were telling you this was coming down and probably going to come down pretty harsh and swiftly and severely. If you were going to take a flyer on this, this would be where you take a big flyer at its all-time low. I don't know anything about this. I'm not a financial advisor, nor am I recommending you purchase, but that would be a great time on a flyer at the all-time low, right? So that's what's going on in Coreum. H-bar is the same thing. Ooh, what happened in H-bar today? What's going on there? What's that all about? Zoom into the hourly. What is that? Some kind of shenanigans there in the daily. Let's go back to the daily. Oh, I must have something there. I'm not sure what that is up there. Something going on in the price. It's nothing that I got on the screen. Maybe that's showing you the future price, $641 and change. I'm going to start the conspiracy theory. Blow off top, right? And just ignore that. I'm not sure what's going on there, but if this ever does break out, there's what you do. There's how you get the $641. Obviously, the chart is having some kind of malfunction right there. But you can see we had that mountain double top and H-bar right there, which we did our technical move from the top to the neckline to the bottom. And you can see that's what got us to the 15 cents. And we called that back here beautifully when we were up near the highs. And it did come down there before this fake bounce. Now what you're seeing as the price is just below this critical left to right 10-cent level. If you can't get back above this, or 15.5 cents, my correction. If you can't get back above this and hold it, it'll force you all the way down here to the 0.088 cent level. And that's something that I am watching out for. Like the channel, subscribe. Peace and love. The Rex Eyebrow. J.E.